Welcome to the December 4th agenda meeting. South Mayor and Council. This meeting has been advertised in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act and JSA 10:4-6, with adequate notice of this meeting being provided to the borough's two official newspapers and also published on the borough's website. Amy, will you call the roll, please?
Yes, Councilman Benjavanga?
Here.
Councilman Dean?
Here.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Here.
And Councilman Besh has another obligation this evening. Councilman Wolf?
Here.
And Council President White.
Here. Thank you. Can you take us through a review of tonight's agenda, please?
Yes, so Mr. Mayor, we have one matter on for executive session. It's a personnel matter regarding the DPW. We have no proclamations on this evening. We have approval of council minutes for November 20th. There are 4 ordinances on for a second reading by title, 2 ordinances on for a first reading by title. We have 12 resolutions, 3 matters of correspondence, payment bills totaling $1,943,910.74, council reports, and we conclude with public comments. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Comments, council comments on agenda items.
Yes, Mayor, just need to separate 17.426 and 2.7.
Okay. Anything else? Nothing. Okay. Can I get a motion for executive session, resolution 17-421 DPW?
So second.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? We will have executive session for tonight. Public comments on agenda items only? Seeing none, close the public portion. And can I get a motion to adjourn tonight's agenda meeting?
So second.
We are adjourned. Seeing no reason to delay, with the right to the public meeting again, this meeting has been advertised in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-6, with adequate notice of this meeting also being provided to the borough's two official newspapers and published on the borough's website. Amy, will you call the roll once more, please?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Here.
Councilman Dean?
Here.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Here.
Councilman Wolf?
Here.
And Council President White.
Here. Thank you. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation by Councilwoman Faustini. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As we gather here today, we pray that we are ever mindful of opportunities to render our service to our citizens and to our community. Let us keep in mind always the areas and things upon which we can build with confidence, and let us continue to strive to make a better world. Amen.
At this point, I'll open up for public comments on agenda items only. Seeing none, close the public portion. Can I get a motion to approve the council minutes of November 20th, 2017 agenda and public?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Councilman Dean, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. Amy, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Recused?
Councilman Wolf?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 4-0.
Thank you. For introduction, for final adoption, ordinance 2096.
An ordinance amending ordinance 2083 for the compensation of employees of the Borough of South Plainfield and method of payment of such compensation for the years 2016 through 2018 to now include positions of violations clerk and Spanish interpreting services.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2096?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Faustini, seconded by Councilman Wolof. As this is for final adoption, I'll open it up for public comments regarding the final adoption of ordinance 2096. Seeing none, close the public portion. Council comments regarding ordinance 2096? Nothing. Amy, can you call the roll, please?
Yes, Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Wolf?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
Thank you. Also for final adoption, ordinance 2097.
An ordinance of the Borough of South Plainfield, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, amending ordinance 2088, which amended and supplemented section 540-51 of the Borough zoning ordinance entitled Mud Mixed Use Development.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2097?
So second.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Wolof. As this is also for final adoption, open it up for public comments regarding ordinance 2097. Seeing none, close the public portion. Council comments regarding ordinance 2097? Nothing. Amy, can you call the roll, please?
Councilman Benjavanga?
I'll recuse per my previous statement.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
And Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 4-0.
Thank you. Also for final adoption, ordinance 2098.
An ordinance of the Borough of South Plainfield, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 504 of the Borough Code entitled Affordable Housing to address the requirements of the New Jersey Fair Housing Act and New Jersey Uniform Affordability Controls as they pertain to compliance with municipal affordable housing obligations.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2098?
So moved.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Wolock. Again, as this is for final adoption, we'll open it up for public comments regarding ordinance 2098. Seeing none, close the public portion. Council comments regarding ordinance 2098?
No.
Nothing. Seeing none, Amy, can you call the roll, please?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Recuse.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 4-0.
Thank you. And also for final adoption, ordinance 2099.
An ordinance of the Borough of South Plainfield, County of Middlesex, and State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Article 7 entitled Zoning District Regulations of the Borough of South Plainfield zoning ordinance, establishing the requirements for an affordable housing overlay zone district in accordance with the adopted housing plan element and fair share plan of the Borough of South Plainfield.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2099?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Wolock, seconded by Councilwoman Faustini. As this is also for final adoption, open up for public comments regarding ordinance 2099. Seeing none, close the public portion. Council comments regarding ordinance 2099? Nothing there. Seeing none, Amy, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Recuse.
And Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 4-0.
Thank you. For introduction, ordinance 2100.
Bond ordinance providing for the acquisition of various equipment funded by the Borough of South Plainfield and the County of Middlesex, New Jersey, appropriating $511,000, therefore authorizing the issuance of $485,000 bonds or notes of the borough to finance part or the cost thereof.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for introduction on ordinance 2100?
So moved. Second. Mayor.
Motion by Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Council President White. Amy, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
Thank you. And also for introduction, ordinance 2101.
An ordinance reappropriating $150,000 proceeds of obligations not needed for their original purpose in order to provide for the engineering, design, and bid for roadway and sewer improvements on Hadley Road, Orchard Drive, Lonsdale Drive, Ranger Street, and Leaden Terrace, in and by the Borough of South Plainfield and the County of Middlesex, New Jersey.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for introduction on ordinance 2101?
So moved.
Second. Motion by Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Council President White. Amy, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
Thank you. Just as a note, the public hearing for both the final adoption of ordinance 2100 and 2101 is scheduled for December 18th at approximately 7 p.m. Can I get a motion for resolutions 17-426 and 27?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Councilman White, Council President White, seconded by Councilman Wolock. Amy, can you call the roll?
Yes, Councilman Benjavanga?
Recuse.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh? Sorry, he's not there, I apologize. Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 4-0.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for resolutions 17-422 to 425, 428 to 33?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. Amy, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
Thank Thank you. We have 3 items of correspondence: zoning board minutes, October 17th, planning board minutes of October 24th, and recycling monthly report for October 2017. Can I get a motion? Please?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Wallach. Amy, can you call the roll?
Councilman Dendi?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
Thank you. On payment of the bills for $1,942,910.74. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Dean. Amy, can you call the roll?
Councilman Dendi?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
Thank you. Bill, anything for us today?
No report, thank you.
Thank you. Councilman. Administrator Cullen. CFO Cullen.
Yeah, Mayor, just real quick, I just wanted to mention that ordinance 2101, which is a reappropriating, it's called a repurposing ordinance. That $150,000 is not new borrowing or new money. It's essentially when we had done the original ordinance for the traffic light over on Woodland Avenue, and at that time, we didn't know, how much money was going to be required for easement acquisitions and everything else. So at that time, we had put in a ballpark number because the county wanted to move ahead with that. So really what's happening here is $150,000 that was in that ordinance is available for other use. So, we can't just use it that way. What we got to do is we got to do what's called the repurposing ordinance. And what we're doing here, which is exactly what it says, is we're going to do all the engineering work. We're going to modify that ordinance and really essentially have a new ordinance which is going to enable us to start doing work on a couple of major road projects which you'll probably see take place in 2018. One of which is, when you're reading sewer, it's not sanitary sewer, it's storm sewer, and that's for Orchard and Lonsdale and Ranger and some of these other roads over there, and Terrace and Leaden Terrace and Ranger Street. So I just wanted to mention to you, just so everybody knew that wasn't actually new borrowing, it was just reallocating funds. 17,424 is approximately $100,000, and our delinquent tax bill, we're finalizing things for the year right now. I think I mentioned our rate base, we're expecting another increase, and because unfortunately we'll have our delinquent bills go out next week. And with that, progress.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Miller.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, we still have a couple of roads that are going to be repaid under the resurfacing project. We expect that to start sometime this week, and we hope to get it over by the end of next week probably. We have a little drainage that has to go in also, so that may take a little time to delay us, but we will be done within the next couple of weeks. That's progress.
Thank you, Ms. Antonides.
Progress, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Dean.
Yes, Mayor. Just one thing real quick, the speed hump, any update on that for that Geary section?
The speed humps were authorized probably 2 meetings ago, and that's on the list for what they need to get finished up. We need to get a schedule out of them, and they'll be done in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, good, thank you. And then I just want to thank the Public Celebrations Committee for doing an excellent job on Saturday night. With that's our first annual carol, so it was a good time.
Very enjoyable.
Even with our singing.
I didn't say that.
Just next year you may want to push us further back. Other than that, it was fine. Anything else?
That's it, progress.
Thank you. Councilman Festine.
Well, I want to thank the South Plainfield Police Department and the 3 officers in partnership with the South Plainfield Public Library. We hosted an initial event. We started a special needs database in South Plainfield where parents, or really anybody of any age, can come in and register on the special needs database. This way the police would have all your information. It's particularly helpful, based on the person's special need, that the police would be aware of what that is if there was ever an emergency and they needed to find them or help them in any way. So we had kind of an event to get the registration for that started, and it went very well. We had quite a few participants come in. We're going to look to do it again in the future, and I just wanted to thank Chief Parker for helping with that and the officers who were out. And I also echo Councilman Dean's comments. Thank you to both Public Celebrations and Cultural Arts, helped with the caroling event as well. And I, for one, had a lot of fun. So thank you for everyone who was involved and who came out. And that's it, progress.
Thank you, Councilman Benjavec.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a reminder that tomorrow is going to be the Mayor's Wellness Second Annual Anti-Drug and Alcohol Conference over at the Senior Center at 7 p.m. So it's an important issue to make awareness about this. And we will have the judge from the drug court, our officers and everything. So hope to see people involved with that, to have outreach to the community in regards to that. With that progress, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Bullock.
Progress, Mr. Mayor.
Council President White.
Yeah, progress, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. At this point, we'll open it up for public comments. Anything on your mind? Mr. Cecilberg.
Good evening, Bill Cecilberg, Oakland Avenue. Last year, I remember there was an ordinance that was amended for better critical review of contractors that rip up streets for utilities and such. And I was just wondering who monitors and reviews that, because the contractor that's working for Middlesex Water Company, while they're doing a progressive job and they're getting it done, how they're leaving the streets, I think, is kind of a shame. Oakland Avenue has its own issues where I live, and all the streets down there, and especially where they ripped up Maple Avenue, the portals in there are sinking. And I think if they have to get plowed, they're going to get ripped up more. And I don't know whether that's under the Department of Public Works or whether they have a performance bond to do this work or anything. I understand some settling has to occur, but I think it's a sloppy job.
Yeah, what we're doing is, actually, we have a meeting with them on Wednesday, and they've been noticed, we have our consulting engineer who's been out monitoring the project, and they've sent a punch list over to the water company with the trenches that should be fixed. So it's on the list for them to do. We need to push it, obviously, so we get all the trenches fixed before the winter, and we need to snow plow. We're also having a meeting, and we're going to work on the scheduling for next year when the roads do get resurfaced.
Okay, and on a side note, I did talk to the mayor about this. They haven't been totally complete to the notification of water shut off. There was one night that it was shut off on Oakland from 9 to 1. There was another time where the valve wasn't totally reopening for a few hours. So,
Yeah, that would make sense that they, obviously a mistake that they would have noticed, but we'll reach out regarding the others. But
Yeah, Mayor, that's going to come up tomorrow, because a lot of the shut-offs along Sampton and the work that was done off of Plainfield Avenue, really haven't had too many complaints about water issues.
Mhm.
We have, and Mr. Cecilberg's comments aren't the only ones.
Right.
So we've had a number of homes that have said either they weren't given any notice, and then when they were given notice, it wasn't 2 or 3 hours, it was more like 12. So, I can tell you this, there's a schedule on the website. Right now, they are in their, in their waning period of doing it. It looks like it's going to go just into the new year on some of the streets like Mill and what is it, Mill and Kane and Church and across. They're on Church now, but the other side of Church, towards the park. And
there also wasn't any information on the website as to South Plainfield's having construction or anything.
no, I'll send you the link. There's a whole link where they have the map and everything else and where they're at.
Maybe a link on the borough website can go.
Correct.
Can link people, that's where people go. Okay, thank you.
thank you. Anyone else? Roberto.
Roberto Sayers for 114 West Crescent Parkway. First, congratulations to the committee. I was sort of the caroling. I was about to make it there, but when I heard your singing, I and I just couldn't make it. One thing, regarding ordinance 2100, what and how many equipments are we talking about? When you say equipment varies, what does that entail?
Yeah, I think it is 2100. Yeah, it's the garbage truck. It's also There's police cars, there's a mower plow for DPW, I believe it's a code enforcement, SUV, and then there's some smaller stuff with computers and servers, softwares, and related equipment.
Okay.
And I guess some other, also speed signs, but yeah, there's various items.
I just need to know for information purposes,
Yeah.
because I said equipment and
Yeah,
I want to make sure we buy new equipment also.
yes.
Yes, remember to, nothing on there is.
My second question is with the Mayor Wellness event tomorrow, what type of forum is that? Is that?
So it's mirroring what we did last year, and again, we try and make it a little bit more interactive than, than what some programs would be. But, you try and get a cross-section of people that are involved in this epidemic. So last year and this year again, we'll have impacted parents. So somebody that's either lost a son or loved one, or to heroin, opioids, alcohol, something to that effect. We had a recovering addict last year as well. Somebody that's gone through this, went through a program, and can speak about what those items are. We had our DARE officer last year, again, kind of talking about what we do proactively in the school systems, and how to have a presence, the police presence there. Not, more of a public service type presence and a partner, let's put it that way. We have a judge there, we had the prosecutor last year as well. We had me. That kind of just talked about a very high level of what was going on. And do you remember, I think last year, and I think we'll bring it up again this year, the Star Ledger had done a reporting piece, I think they called it Heroin Town. And really what that took was a cross-section of any town in New Jersey, and they looked at the various people that are impacted. And it really, they said essentially it could be any town, right? So your cross-section of people that are dealing with the issue, that the age groups where people have been impacted, because more and more of us are aware that this isn't simply an epidemic or disease. Right, that's exclusively the younger kids or anything like that. And there's various ways that people get entangled. So it's more of pulling that, bringing that information, but having it be less of people just going out there and telling you not to do drugs, having it a little bit more of a learning experience of how this happens, right? Sometimes, you see it often where somebody's in a car accident or any other type of accident, they break the leg or something like that, they end up on painkillers, they become addicted, right? So it's not your stereotypical thing that people see. And ultimately what we want to do is whoever attends, and we had it at the seniors, we had the library last year. And I don't know if it's good or bad, but we didn't even have enough space. We had people standing, people out in the hallways and stuff. So this year it'll be in the senior center. I think it starts at 7 o'clock tomorrow as well. But yeah, just to get the word out, have a little bit more interactive, get a cross section of people that are dealing with and assisting with the issue. And then also there'll be some information of like carrier clinic, I think will be there as well, where you can go and get help. How do you spot if you have a loved one, or what are the symptoms like and stuff like that, or where you might be able to identify this.
So is it fair to say that the expected result is just informational?
It's always informational. We're not going to solve the world's problems on a couple hours seminar, right? But if we walk out of there and we impact a couple of people, if we give some information to somebody who then goes home and notices a family member, a friend, an acquaintance, or anything like that, if we just make somebody aware of what painkillers do and the danger there, I think we've done our job. And we'll continue to do that, and we do smaller seminars throughout the year as well, targeted to everything. We've done them on seasonal affective disorder, right? People, you get the change of the seasons now and how that affects people. So we kind of get just make this information of various types out there available for people, and it's very hard to measure exactly how successful you're going to be, but we're going to do them every year just to bring awareness.
Yeah, the reason I asked is because I attended last year, and as Council President Derek noted, experience with JCC,
Yeah.
with the county. And last year, I remember, I suggested some stuff that some organizations or some way of supporting the families, because it's not only the kids, but
Right.
a lot of parents don't know how to handle
Yeah.
the kids, creating some type of support group where in a confidential manner or setting, the parents can share with someone they trust what they're going through and then try to seek help for the teens in that. Do you know if is there any plans in the works from the county or the borough to create that type of networking?
The juvenile conference, yeah, we have the juvenile, but specifically on drugs, we have the juvenile conference, committee conference, that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So yeah, they can leverage that. When you're talking about assisting, folks with substance abuse or anything like that, we're gonna leverage the professionals. So we'll look and see what's out there. We'll turn people to those who are most, able to help. I'm not sure where you're looking at, but that's not something that I would look at as a volunteer committee, unless you can organize it where you've got the right people. But, we've got some great organizations out there. More and more, you're seeing that your health care provides for a lot of these things. But you got to be careful when you're dealing with this, because you want to make sure you have the right people involved.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit more hesitant to to do certain things, but where we can help and where we can make a difference and where we can leverage professionals, we will.
I was looking more as to providing a list of resources where parents can.
Yeah, so that we'll have information tomorrow night on that.
Okay, yeah, I'll be there. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Ms. Boyle.
Debbie Boyle, Van Fleet, yes, tomorrow night at 7 at the Senior Center. We have Superior Court Judge Robert Jones, who will be speaking on the actual addiction, and how these acts become addicted. There will be one who graduated today that I attended the graduation ceremony in New Brunswick at the court. And there is another person who is in the program right now, and he'll be speaking. We have Carrier Clinic, who is going to give information to the parents. How do you reach out? How do you reach out to Carrier? What do you have to go through in order to get into their program? We have JFK Behavioral Center, Center for Behavioral Health, who will also talk about the addictive personality. Sandy Doyen, who lost her son to an overdose, will be there speaking. And I think it'll be very informative. And the court has parole officers and different programs for these young people to go into. And Judge Jones will talk about how to get involved in those programs. So I believe we have enough different information that'll be passed tomorrow night and spoken about. And there'll be a question and answer period also for parents that have questions, or your residents. So it'll prove to be very good for the people with all the questions. Also, again, thank you for Saturday night to Councilwoman Dean, Councilman Dean, Councilwoman Fusty, Mayor Inesh. Just change your gender. Council President Derek White. I know other council people had previous engagements that couldn't come. Glenn Cullen came, Dorman came, Nancy from the Observer came. It was a great turnout. It was exciting. I think everybody had a really good time. I had printed music that we passed around, and everybody did their best. And our Santa, who was Frank Farino from Cultural Arts.
Edit that out. I'm just kidding.
Santa Claus is there.
Yes.
Santa's
Okay,
not
but
a
there were no little kids here. So. And thank you to the police department for patrolling the area as we were gathered. And to our DPW, to Ann Daly, Christina Nordrica, and a big thank you to Bobby Stillo. He has taken care of that tree for 10 years. He's done the lights. DPW came out and helped. And he replanted that tree a couple of years ago because the first one died. So it was really good. Also, I want to thank Councilman Benjavanga for our shared service team meeting. We had John Henry from the State School Boards, who is a specialist in STEAM, STEM, and sustainability for schools. Also to Dr. Temple for coming out. Bob Longo, who is the chair of the Green Team, which I'm a part of in the borough, and Tommy Walsh. And while this is a community effort, and I know that the Green Team received their second bronze certification, and we're looking for the schools to get involved in that. And I appreciate all the information that you brought in for being there and listening, because while the school district is separate, it's still part of the community. So trying to have the children be involved in that.
Definitely.
So thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Oh, our
Okay.
No, yeah.
All right.
I'm going to be handing these out tonight and give some to Amy to hand out tomorrow, but our Business Association breakfast is the 14th. That's a Thursday. It's a weekly Thursday. All right? At Shervin's. And it's a full breakfast, so I hope all of you come. Bring a friend. I mean, the Business Association works hand in hand with the Bag Committee, and we would be honored to have any of you or all of you come. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. We close the public portion. We are going into executive session. You are more than welcome to stay, and you will be out as soon as possible. Welcome back, everyone. We do have 3 resolutions to add as a result of tonight's executive session. One will be the hiring of 3 full-timers, 434, 435, hiring a part-timer, and a promotion for 436. Amy, can you just read the resolutions into the record, 434, 35, and 36?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Number 17-434, authorizing the full-time hiring of Sean Cullen, Joseph Pellegrino, and Kevin Tilly as laborer 2 with the DPW. Resolution 17-435, authorizing the part-time hiring of John Felizano with the DPW with no benefits. And Resolution 17-436, authorizing the promotion of Jeffrey Pryor as laborer 2 with the DPW.
Okay, can I get a motion to add the resolutions 434, 435, and 436 to tonight's meeting?
Motion?
Second.
Motion by Councilman Faustini, seconded by Council President White. Amy, can you call the roll?
Yes, Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve the resolutions 434, 435, and 436?
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Wolock. Amy, can you call the roll to approve resolutions 435, 434, 435, and 436?
Yes, Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
Thank you. Once again, as we did add items to tonight's agenda, we will open it up for public comments. Where's my public? Seeing no comment, we do have some members of the public here. Seeing none, we'll close the public portion. Council comments regarding those ordinances before we adjourn.
Nothing, Mayor.
Can I get a motion to adjourn
So
tonight's meeting?
moved.
Second.
We are adjourned.